Today I'm just going to do a video walkthrough of wrapping the trunk on a Tesla Model Y, and just going to walk you through. I forgot to do a video with audio on this, so I'm just going to voice over it for you and narrate my process. So this is actually my first time wrapping the trunk on a Model Y, and it's kind of a difficult trunk to wrap in one piece, so kind of see why. But first process, just taping it up, getting this position where it needs to be, and obviously cutting a piece that fits, and then getting it all positioned and stuck down on the sides so that it stays where it needs to be. And then I'm going to cut off the excess here, just because it's a little bit easier to work with whenever you only have the material that's going on the actual car. So just kind of trim down the excess here. And for the color on this is 3M 2080 matte military green. Super fun color to work with. Really like how it looks on this car. And as you can see, I saved the excess that I cut off to use later. I think on this one I used that piece for the mirrors later on, so just save all of your extra pieces. And now I'm just removing the backing paper on this. And I should have, this is, as I said, my first time wrapping the trunk on one of these cars. I should have left the backing paper on part of it and actually pulled the excess film on the back of that trunk out as I was working, pulling the backing paper out. So you'll kind of see there's a lot of excess buildup right now on the bottom of that trunk area, and it needs to be pulled out towards the sides and stretched. And I kind of skipped the part where I did that, but yeah, just lifted everything up again and pulled it really taut around the edge of that trunk. And so now you can see the stretch is all like on the trunk area, and that you don't have a whole bunch of excess off the sides because it's been pulled. So then I just go around, smooth out all of any kind of wrinkles, and first area you want to lay the vinyl down is that edge of the trunk, and then just work out from there. Pretty simple. And I'm using the Paint is Dead wrap glove here. It's quite a bit easier to use than the Squeegee on a lot of these areas, just since there's so many curves. And I'll kind of speed this up a little bit in here, but basically the rest of it, you just want to slowly, push the air out, lay the bottom of that and off to the sides around the lights. Other than the initial stretching of the vinyl just around that trunk area to get it in one piece, this is a super easy trunk to wrap. All the body lines are really easy to work with. And on a lot of cars, I do remove the tail lights whenever I'm wrapping like this, but on this one, there's enough of a gap around between the trunk and the light to actually cut that and tuck it in without removing the lights, and so it's a lot easier. I'm just kind of speeding this up for you so you can kind of see there where the excess film is. I worked pulling at angles. It's called pulling in triangles to just pull that tight and get all the wrinkles to go away. And on the bottom here, I'm actually tucking that in, and I have a line of knifeless tape underneath the trunk right before the lights start. So that's me removing the knifeless tape, smoothing everything down. And if anyone is interested, I can do a video of using knifeless tape and a lot of these other elements. This is my first video, so I apologize in advance. I know this is going to be kind of terrible, but we'll just go from here. And it's super easy to trim out the back of that window. Just make sure you have a sharp blade. It's very important. And position it so that it's pretty short, and then just cut right along the edge of that glass and then tuck in. There's just enough of a gap separating the trunk from the glass to have the perfect amount of length to tuck that in. And you can't see the paint around it at all. And again, this is me trimming around those tail lights. I'm just using a Yellow Tools wrap stick to tuck all of that vinyl in and make it nice and smooth around those edges. It's a little bit thinner than a typical squeegee, so it's easier to get in there and work with it. And I can put links to all of these in the description below if any of you guys are interested. So then I'm just trimming the excess around the sides of the trunk, make sure nothing's sticking down, open it, and then making sure all the corners are completely smooth there. Helps to kind of cut a relief cut around there and then tuck it in. And I typically wrap the vinyl under that, both for the hood and the trunk, about 1/4 of an inch, just around the edge so that there's something holding it on the bottom, and then cut a nice clean line right around there. And there's actually an edge about 1/4 of an inch inside of the trunk on this car that you can follow really easily with your blade and just get a really clean line on there. Thank you for watching this video. I will probably do a few more of these. I'm kind of just experimenting with the whole YouTube thing, and if anyone enjoys watching these, please like and leave a comment. Just leave a comment if you'd like to see any other videos, any details of the wrapping process. I'm just waiting to see how much interest there is in this. So thank you.